Hello, everybody, and welcome to the HOA.com Alliance Leader Spotlight. My name is Tisha. I am the Community Manager for HOA.com. And today I'm joined by Alayna Christensen. She's with Ocean Blue Heating and Air Conditioning LLC out of Parker, Colorado. Alayna, I'm so happy to have you here today. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me. It's such an honor.
Absolutely. If you are tuning into this live stream, either on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, definitely drop us a comment, say hello. And if you have any questions, we can answer throughout this broadcast. Make sure you ask those in the chat. All right.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, Alayna, I want to dive into your business. So you are the founder of Ocean Blue Heating and Air Conditioning. Can you tell us how you got into this business?
Well, I'm not quite the founder. I kind of helped, but my husband actually started the business back in 2017, and within a few months, we weren't getting paid, and I wasn't sure why. So I found out that he wasn't invoicing anyone, and so I kind of literally physically kicked him out of the office chair. And we started on a little laptop, and I created, Excel sheet for clients, QuickBooks, started doing all the office stuff to make sure that we were getting that done, because he's terrible at office, like paperwork, and I love it. So we make a great team that way. He goes and turns the wrenches, and then I make sure we get paid. So that's kind of how we started way back in 2017. And it's been a whirlwind. We've been in business for at least 6 years, January 1st. And we work really well together. Even though we're married and we have life and kids, like, we actually work really well together too. So that's a huge bonus.
I love that story because not too many spouses work well together.
Yeah, so I've run into a few, and they're like, yeah, no, I can't do it. I mean, not to say we don't have our qualms and our arguments and stuff, but that's just part of being obviously married and running a business together. So, but I mean, we get through it, and it's not something that I wanted to do, but in order to make my dreams come true at some point, I need to help him build his first. So that's how we work, and we communicate that way, and that's just how it works. We've been doing really well too, so it's huge.
I love it. Okay, so you mentioned that you were helping your husband build his dreams. Can you share what's on your big dream list, Alayna?
So for Ocean Blue, we obviously want to take over Colorado, but still have that small business feel, because we are up against a lot of big box businesses for HVAC, and it could be very competitive. And they've been trying to push us out for a while, but we're still standing strong because we have that faith, that trust, that loyalty to our clients. And we want to make sure that they stay that way, that they're not getting taken advantage of. So that's helping us grow. And we do a lot of educating with our clients as well. So that's why they stick with us. We educate them. And that's our biggest thing for our clients, is making sure they know how their equipment works, when to call, when not to call. And just making sure they're aware of the homeownership side of what they need to take care of in their home, as far as the HVAC system. So when Robert goes out to a client, he makes sure that they know everything about their equipment if they so choose to, and he walks them through steps and things like that, to make sure they understand the needs and operations of their stuff. It's like having a car. You can't not change the tires or rotate them or oil change and make sure your car's washed, right? You got to do the same thing with the equipment in your house. You got to maintain it. You got to make sure it's clean, that it's working properly every season, before every season, really. And so that's twice a year. So you do your AC, right, spring, summer, and then you do your furnace in the fall, winter, to make sure it's ready for the cold or ready for the heat. And cleaning is super important, because those things can get really dirty within about 6 months. It can be very gross, especially after cottonwood season, or if there's a fire. It does take a toll on the equipment. So cleaning is essential, and it also helps the longevity of your equipment too. So you're not out thousands of dollars after 10 years. You can make your equipment last anywhere from 15 to 20 years if you take good care of it, just like your car. So that's what we do. We educate, we stay loyal to our clients, we're trustworthy, and that makes us a huge, prospect for anybody in Colorado that we can get to. And we are small, but we're mighty. So we do what we can to serve those in our communities.
I love it. So you said you want to take over all of Colorado. That's a pretty big lot
at some point.
So was your goal then,
I mean,
Alayna, to have more teams, more like satellite offices?
Well, technically, like our Robert and I have discussed this. We want to hire people that live within the cities, so that way they're not traveling 3 to 4 hours to go do a job or service a client. And so we eventually want to start, obviously, in our local area, hire people that work in, above Denver, below Denver, a few people in Colorado Springs, and then more out west and out east. And then at some point, we'll just keep expanding, but hire the guys that are in those that live in those cities, so they're not traveling hours. They can get their work in, service more people, and that's what we're looking to do. But keep that same small feel. We want to keep that small business feel because we are family owned and operated. One day, if our kids so choose to take over, this is our legacy for them. Mm-hmm. So it's just a process. Right now, it's just Robert and I. We do 1099 guys when we do larger projects or crane lifts for commercial, because we do have a commercial side. So we do definitely want to build that up much bigger than it is now. But we're on our way. It's slow going, but we're getting there. And hopefully by next year, we'll actually hire at least 2 technicians to do service and maintenance so we can focus on the commercial side more. And that's our growth plan for the next year, is to hire at least 2 technicians, grow our commercial side, still be able to support our residential side. So it's a slow thing going, but we're getting there.
I really love, Alayna, that you are talking about this expansion, but still having this small business community feel. I think that's super important, especially as a business owner, because these are the people that built it with you.
Correct. So, yes, we do their best to take care of all of our clients in a timely manner. And I do send out Thanksgiving gifts every year. I started it last year actually, and it had a great response. And then I always, I handwrite everything. So all of our marketing stuff, I handwrite over 500 cards every year, actually more like 1,000 because Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I mean, it's that small business feel. Like I handwrite things because it means more, in my opinion, to others, that it's handwritten, not printed from a larger company of some sort. It's not just here, just mail these out. Like, no, this is handwritten with love and pain from writing for so long. But it is, and I enjoy it, and I love the feedback I get from our clients, whether they've used us or not. I still mail them a Christmas card and a Thanksgiving card. If they've called us and I have their information, they're getting something from us just to say thanks for at least keeping us in your ear. And I would say more times than not, we actually get about 50% of the people that haven't used us that get a card from us actually call us back within 6 months to have service. So it's like keeping that bug in their ear, saying, hey, we're still here for you. We know you didn't use us last time, but give us a try. You'll love us, and you'll be with us for life. So that's our whole goal, is to keep everybody for life. We want to be able to service as many families as possible within a financial means as well, because we don't take advantage. We don't upsell, upcharge just to make money. We only tell you exactly what you need, and we go over the things with you while we're there, so that way you understand what's happening and you can make an informed decision on whatever it is that you need to have done.
I love it. It sounds like this business is very much built on relationships. And I mean, girls,
yes.
Thanksgiving and Christmas. That is some dedication. I was saying you probably have that writer's cramp going on.
I do. Because I'm used to typing for so long. But I start to write, I'm like, oh, my arm, my fingers hurt. I haven't done this in so long. But yeah, if you can see behind me, those yellow envelopes, those are just the Thanksgiving cards. And there's probably about 2 other huge boxes filled. I'm just waiting to mail them out for the 1st of Thanksgiving or the 1st of November. And it's just something, I call it a sweet treat, just to kind of say thank you for giving us a chance and giving us the opportunity to serve you. And so it's just fun and exciting, and and it's yummy too. I'm not going to tell you what it is for this year, because last year was a Hershey bar, a large Hershey bar for everybody, and this year is something a little different. So I'm I'm excited to see what the turnaround is for that one.
Such a cool gift. Thank you for sharing that too. And I think that that's a really great lesson that every business that's watching this either live or replay, take. It's like take the time to really think of your customers. And I always say that those small gestures really lead to big things. Like you really
Right.
are, Alayna. You're planting the seed. Even if they're not ready now, you are staying top of mind awareness with them so that when they are ready or they can refer you, which is what we talk about through HOA.com all the time.
Yes, like, know, and trust. And I am very relationship based, and that's how we built our business here in Colorado. When we moved here, we had to start all over again because we had our business in California beforehand. So starting all over, knowing no friends, no family, and I didn't know what networking was, had no clue what to do. I was also very pregnant when we got here, and me trying to network, being uncomfortable, I had no clue what I was doing. I just kind of jumped in with both feet, way out of my comfort zone because I'm an introvert by nature. So I learned to be more of a people person. And I mean, I've always loved people, but getting in and actually diving in and starting to create those relationships is what helped build our business out here. And Robert, my husband, he worked for a couple companies when we first moved here to get a lay of the land because we couldn't just open our doors. We didn't know Colorado as well as California.
Mm-hmm.
We had to figure out what the differences were. And he had to create those relationships too out here for himself. And so when we actually do start to hire, we already have a crew that really wants to work for us and with us, which is awesome because we know them, we love them, we trust them, we know their skill set, we know their personalities. And so him creating those relationships will help build our business later on as well. And they've actually already helped us build this our company now too as well. So it's just creating those relationships, I think, are the major aspect of any business or any personal growth. I mean, I've grown so much myself personally and not just in the business. So that's cool. And I've learned a lot more about myself in the last 3 years than I have in probably about a decade. So it's been good. And I feel like it's all positive, regardless of what happens, even if it's negative, there's always a positive outcome later on. So that's what I look for. I don't look at the negative. I just learn from it and then we move on. So
that's a really great mindset because you have this growth mindset too. It's not this fixed mindset of this is what it is. Like you're always thinking ahead. And like I said, you're planting those seeds. And I love that these small gestures lead to big things. Small things lead to big things. So you can always be celebrating the wins that you have. If it's a new connection, if it's a new client, if it's a new technician that you're bringing in, that's all part of the process.
Yes. It is. It's just a fun process. Like I said, I'm self-taught. I mean, I did a lot of office stuff for years for an online school way back when, but the rest of it, I'm self-taught. Like I'm self-taught with, the financial side as far as like QuickBooks or, all the other stuff. I'm very organized anyway. So that really helps come into play, but all the other things I'm just self-taught and I've learned a lot and I've had some help along the way to kind of help guide me in the right direction. So that way we can be successful, not just on the outside, but on the inside too. So it makes sense to me, hopefully, as things move on, but we've grown significantly in the last 2 years. And when COVID hit, everybody was home and my AC is not working. I need to call someone. So the big box companies were 6 to 10 weeks booked out. We were only about 2 to 3 weeks booked out. So that's how we got a lot of our clients last year. Yeah. And they've stuck with us because they love us. And they said they're never going back to big box again. They prefer us, which is a huge testament to our business, model, which I think is great. And supporting small business is a key. I do that wherever I go as much as I possibly can, especially for Christmas. I buy from all the small companies, all the MLMs, the people that are doing their own thing, make their own items. It's just creativity at its finest. I appreciate their thought process and their creative things that I can't do. So I'd rather pay them to do it. So it's all about the knowledge and the experience and the schooling. Robert's got extensive knowledge, schooling experience. He's been in the trade for almost 24 years. He's a 5th generation HVAC guy. So his dad did it. His 2 uncles do it. And his grandfather did it as well. So he grew up on it. It's all he knows.
Yeah.
Very mechanical, engineer based, super, super smart. I can't do what he does. There's no way. So that's why we make a great team. He can't do what I do, and I can't do what he does. So
That's often the best team. It's figuring out what's your strength, stick to your strength. And then, like you said, he wasn't a paper invoice organizational type of guy. So it's perfect, Alayna. Like, that's such a great fit for the two of you.
Yeah, it is. And at some point, like I said, we'll grow our business and get his dream into more of a reality. I mean, it's still a reality now, but we just want to grow it to what he really wants it to be. And then at that point, I can go do what I want to do.
Yeah. So we were talking about that
still
earlier.
Run the business.
So it's still in the business. So it's growing this business, having the text.
Yes. So, I mean, I want to do picture framing because I'm really good at it. I like using my hands as well. So at some point when we have a shop warehouse, I will utilize a space in there for my own, desires and growing my business where I want it to be. And our kids will be a little older then, so it'll be a little easier to run both sides. But we'll actually have hired somebody at that point too to run the Ocean Blue side, business side for the office. So I can kind of dive into things that I would like to do as well on the side.
Good. Well, I was going to say too, Alayna, you have this gorgeous blue hair. Was that intentional?
It was actually supposed to be much darker, but it came out this color and I really like it. So I just decided to keep it. It was supposed to be voodoo blue. So much deeper, like almost like a grayish blue. And it turned out more psychedelic than I intended, but I like it. And I'm like, cool, I'm just going to keep it. So I've had this for almost 2 months and I'm just going to keep doing this color. It's so much fun. And it has nothing to do with our name, Ocean Blue. Blue is my favorite color. But I was silver teal for a while and then I needed to be a solid color and I picked this one and it came out neon. So it's cool. I like it.
Personally, I love it. And I would never have guessed that it wasn't part of the business, but it is. I do a lot of branding help. I help a lot of businesses. And you have to have that standout piece. So I will always remember
I am apparently
blue hair.
I am the standout piece now. So when I go, networking and stuff, people always ask me, oh, did you dye your hair because of your name? And I was like, no, it's just kind of just happened that way and I like it, so I kept it. So I mean, it's fun and it ggets a lot of conversations going, so that's a good plus as well.
Oh, anything to get a conversation started.
Hey, exactly, right? So I mean, it's fun and people think it's interesting and I like it, so I'm going to keep it for a long while, I think.
Yeah, keep it. I think it suits you. It looks really nice.
Thank you.
Good. All right. Well, so let's talk a little bit about HOA.com. You and Kelly are co-leading the Parker Business Alliance. Can you tell us a little bit more about your chapter, when it meets, and we have some upcoming things too?
Yeah, actually, tonight we have our social event for anybody that would like to attend. It's just a huge networking social. It's at Tailgate Bar and Grill in Parker off of Main Street. And it's from 5 to 8. So Kelly and I will be there and a bunch of the people come in. So if you're new, if you just want to check us out, you just want to network some, please come and join us. Have a couple drinks, have an appetizer. That'd be awesome. I'd love to meet you. And we meet actually once a month, the second Tuesday of every month, except for December. We don't do meetings in December because that's family time. We try to do more family oriented things in December. I don't want to stress people out by trying to go to a meeting. So, but it's fun. We do it on the rocks in Parker off of Linus Street, Linus Way actually. And then, it's from 6:30 to 8, and we just come and network, and we learn about personal growth, business growth, and we bounce ideas and creative things off of each other, which is amazing. I love my group because there's a lot of us in there. There's about 12 of us in there that are part of the whole group, and they're just so inspiring. And I love asking the questions and then getting different responses. And Kelly and I, we work really well together. I love Kelly Hamilton. She's amazing. And if you don't know her, please get to know her. She's awesome. And she's just my idol. She's very sweet, very understanding. She really listens to people. And when running the meeting, she's very genuine. And I love that about Kelly. So I would highly recommend getting to know Kelly Hamilton. But our meeting is fun. We just talk for the first 15, 20 minutes. We just kind of get to know each other. If there's any new folks in there, we want to get to know them, who they are. Then we introduce ourselves as a whole and individually, and then we get down to business. Basically, we just talk about things that will help our business grow, not just for professionally, but personally as well. Any questions or concerns or issues that you're having currently in your state of business that we can help you with, brainstorm with. So we're here to help you grow and expand. And like, know, and trust is our huge motto for HOA. I love the fact that you have to like, know, and trust someone in order to refer them out, because your business is on the line as well when you do a referral. And that can come back to bite you. And so we really want to make sure that you are who you say you are, and that you are going to thrive with your business, and we will help you do so if that's what you would like us to do. So that's what we do. We help people grow both personally and professionally. So I think that's a huge plus. Most networking groups don't do that. They're just here about sell, or, give me referrals. No, here, what can we do to help support you both personally and professionally? What can we assist you with? How can we help you grow? Is there something that you're struggling with that we can help you out with? Those are the things that I like to see in networking groups.
I do too. And it brings it back to the word value of when you're coming to an event, what are you taking away from that you can implement right now that will help your business? So having that piece in there where it's more about that best practices discussion of what's working for you, how are you building your business? That's such great insight for people who are also on the ground floor doing it as well.
We all have to start somewhere, and that's okay. I mean, we all have to be in a position to want to grow. And if you're open to, counseling or help or good words or even corrective criticism. I mean, I've been around the block. I've had corrective criticism, and at first I was like, don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that. But now I'm like, oh, you know what? That's great. I'm glad that you said that to me, because I didn't realize I was doing that. Or, you're absolutely right. I didn't see that coming, and I should have known better, but thank you. I appreciate that, because corrective criticism can be done in a loving manner, but it can also be done in a disrespectful manner. So it all depends on how you approach someone, or myself. And I'm an open book. You can ask me anything you want. I will tell you my whole life story if you want, or nothing. So I'm a pretty outgoing person when I want to be, and I love people, and I love to help people grow. I love seeing people reach their potential and then some. So I was there. I'm that person. I still haven't reached my full potential. I'm still growing and learning, but we all have to get going. And that's what we try to do at HOA, especially our group. I know we want to see people succeed. We want to see them grow in themselves, not just their business. So I love helping people. I like to see them smile and be like, I accomplished this. And I'm like, yes, because I am so happy for them. Honestly, in loving manner, I'm so happy for them, because that means that they're moving forward. So
yeah, I love that too. Just being able to see other people's success and knowing that I may have helped in some way, just with some tips or strategies or just connections. That's like the best feeling ever.
Yeah, we love to give out referrals too. So once you meet us, and I like to do one-on-one. So once they come to my group or I meet someone, I'm like, hey, let's go grab a coffee, a drink, dinner, lunch, whatever. I'd love to just get to know you as a person. So usually the first time I do a one-on-one, I try not to talk shop. I actually want to know who they are, what their hobbies are, what makes them cry, what makes them happy, their difficulties, their circumstances. I like to know them as a person, because that helps me connect better and create that really long-lasting relationship that's going to help not just build that, but help build their business as well. Because I love to see them in action too. So I want to see what you do for work. Tell me about that. Show me what you do, so I can be like, oh, you're awesome. I'd love to refer you out.
Yeah. Yeah. We love to refer good people. That's just the nature. You want to see people succeed. So if you can be the referrer, and it's someone that like and trust, then it's just a win-win for everybody. And that always comes back to you. Do you feel that way, Alayna? It always comes back to you somehow.
Somehow. It really does. But I don't do it to gain anything. Right. I just want to make sure that they're succeeding as well, because obviously we may not be in a position as another small business, family-owned HVAC company, but we're gradually getting there. But at the same time, I'm glad that they're succeeding because there's still not enough HVAC companies out there to assist everyone. Like, there's just not enough of us. So as long as we're all succeeding, we're moving forward, and we're doing it the right way, I'm happy for them. And if we're so overbooked, I have a company that I do refer out, that I need to get to know, that does HVAC as well. So if we're both busy, we can just refer back to each other. But I want to make sure that they're companies that are trustworthy, that aren't swindling their clients, that aren't just stepping in the door just to get money. That's our biggest thing, is we come back after other companies and find things that they're just like, oh, this needed to be $1,000. And we're like, no, it's like $200 to replace that. So, like, we're honest, we're trustworthy. We want to make sure our clients are well taken care of, because not everybody's made of money, especially right now. Times are tough. We get it.
Right.
So we do our best to accommodate. We do give back to the community as much as we can. We do for military and veteran discount. We do a senior discount. And on the rare occasion, if we can, we will do a couple maintenances for free for those families that are struggling with someone that has cancer in the family, things like that. So we do donate our time as much as we can, when we can. So that's our way of giving back to the community.
I love it. Well, you shared so many great ways of how you differentiate yourself even from the big box companies. So I thank you, Alayna, for coming on here and sharing what you do differently and how you educate the public about maintenance and making their money stretch. So they're not constantly having to do all the maintenance or replacing their equipment.
Yes, it's huge, huge. Maintenance is key to keep your stuff going, so you don't have to spend thousands of dollars later on to just replace it because you didn't care for it. So
right. Yes, care is important. Well, good. Any other things you want to share, or shameless plug? How do people get in contact with you if they're watching this now or watching the replay? What's the best way they reach out?
You can call us on our phone. It's 720-717-0503. You can look us up on Facebook at Ocean Blue Heating and Air. You can also find me on LinkedIn under Ocean Blue Heating and Air or Alayna Christensen. And you can also email us at oceanblueheatair@gmail.com. And you can also reach our website, oceanblueheatair.com, and request information that way as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Alayna, for being a special guest today on the HOA.com Alliance Leader Spotlight. We will be spreading the word to everybody in Colorado that they should come to your meeting, yours and Kelly's meeting, because that's what it's about. It's about good people. It's about good people wanting to help support each other. We have a Facebook user. I'm not sure who this is yet, but Alayna Christensen is so amazing. Great interview.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks so much for everybody who was popping in and checking out this interview with Alayna Christensen. Of course, you can reach out to her and definitely get to her Parker, Colorado chapter, second Tuesday of the month in the evenings.
Yes. So it is actually going to be November 8th at On the Rocks in Parker, from 6:30 to 8. So come and check us out. Come meet all the amazing people that are part of our group, and enjoy some chips and salsa on me.
All right. Thanks so much, Alayna, for being here and for being a part of the HOA.com family. And we will see you next time. And good luck and have fun at your meeting tonight.
Thanks, Tisha. So awesome. Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Bye.